Breaking economy news, retail sales and PPI reports for October. We are glad the Fed is on track to lift rates the first time in this cycle. There is going to be an interest rate cycle, isn't there? On December 16, because consumer spending is not really on track. The consumer hasn't gone off the rails, but monthly spending has cooled in September and now today in October. Retail sales were 0.0% in August, 3 months actually, 0.0% in August, 0.0% in September, and now up a slim 0.1% in October. Now, there would be more spending if you took out gasoline sales with the drop in gas prices at the pump, but still, the overall numbers don't exactly tally with the 18 million car and light truck sales setting records over the same September-October period. That's why we don't want to go too far with the story that the consumer is troubled and not spending due to fears about the global economy, or perhaps something to do with general uncertainty giving them pause. Uncertainty perhaps with one of the top Republican candidates for president, his book out on Crippled America. The title might give voters the impression that the economy is not well, not completely healed from the Great Recession and financial crisis, as Fed Chair Yellen calls it. Our advice is don't go too far and spin a story of a weakening economy with gray clouds on the horizon. Point one is that retail sales have been very strong in the second and third quarters as a whole, even if August, September, October has flatlined. Sales are up strongly the last year, 4% for clothing, 6.2% for sporting goods, eating and drinking, 7%, furniture, 5.3%, health and personal care, 3.9%. You get the picture. Point two is that retail sales out today does not include what consumers are spending on services, and services spending always accounts for the lion's share of the consumer purse. Consumer spending on services is 2/3 of all purchases the consumer makes in GDP accounting terms. PPI inflation also out this morning. The headline number fell 0.4% in October after falling 0.5% in September. You really want to look most closely at final demand goods prices, less food and energy, and these fell 0.3% today. These core PPI goods prices have been flat to down for 4 consecutive months, perhaps declining due to the strong dollar effect on lowering import prices. This is PPI, though, and not the CPI or PCE inflation the consumer sees. These data do not mean the Fed will be unable to hit their 2% inflation target within the next few years. Interest rates need to be normalized anyway. Net, we hope the consumer is not going to put a jinx on the economic outlook with today's Friday the 13th report out on tepid retail sales. The consumer has been missing in action for 3 consecutive months, according to the report. We don't think this report properly portrays the economy's underlying strength in the 7th year of expansion following the recession. As far as deflation in the PPI report out today, keep in mind these are goods prices which have been falling, but services prices are going up pretty fast to keep inflation positive. There is no deflation risk for the economy. Our outlook is for retail sales to pick up in the months to come, as there are 2.8 million more workers with paychecks this year, and commodity prices cannot fall forever. The economy isn't crippled. It is in better shape than the retail sales and PPI reports suggest this morning, and we do not expect the Fed to delay liftoff again, given this latest batch of lukewarm economic data.